Good morning, Oracles. What a wonderful day again we had yesterday. Tesla up 5.5%, outperforming the market where the S&P was up 1.5% and the NASDAQ was up 2.33%. Amazing day. So we talked about it on Wednesday, and one of the questions that we had was, how is the market going to perform after we got the Fed minutes on Wednesday? And my question was, hey, it was kind of behaving differently than we had the last few times. Because the last few times we got the FOMC meeting, we got Fed minutes, we got the CPI data, and the market was very green after we got that information and then sold off massively the day after. Well, this past Wednesday, we had gotten the information and we only went slightly green. We were red earlier in the day, recovered a little bit, but it wasn't massive. So I was thinking, maybe tomorrow is going to be the green day, and sure enough, we got it. Now here we are on Friday. Are we going to get the same Friday fade like we normally get? Or are we going to run into the end of the day like we have also seen several times this year? Again, don't know. My crystal ball doesn't always work, but yesterday, my crystal ball was spot on. Me was asking me in the comments, just my guesses as to what I was thinking the day was going to do yesterday. We played some options and wondering, hey, where are we going to go? And I was like, a random number popped into my head with 735. And we ended the day at 733. So sometimes my crystal ball does work. I just need to trust my instincts on these things. So hopefully my instincts when it comes to Tesla long term are also going to prove well, but we shall see over the next several years. And what do we have coming over the next several years? Well, sounds like Elon and the Tesla development team have been sitting down and discussing a lot of this. So in a tweet that Elon had made yesterday, talking about some amazing things they're discussing with the development team, lots of amazing new products they are going to be coming out with. Let's see what he talks about. He did speak out one of them about a robo-van, a highly customizable robo-van. So again, this is just him just kind of sharing some things, but usually when Elon says things like this on Twitter, it's because he's really excited about them. And when Elon is really excited about something, he goes all in on it. So we know that they had talked about a van several years ago, around the same time they were talking about the Roadster and the Cybertruck. So sounds like a van is coming. And, looking at the fact that they do have a robo-taxi that is going to be coming in 2024, is it going to be one of those like bubble-shaped, robo-taxi things that we have seen from many other automotive makers? Because if that's going to be the same thing, or if they're going to use the same platform that they use for the Cybertruck to put a van on it, perhaps it's going to be similar to like a Sprinter van that, you can really customize. And, I responded to him on Twitter saying I was planning on getting the Cybertruck and living out of that, traveling all over the country, and just visiting all over the place and hoping that we can have maybe a Starlink package to go along with it. But looking at the van piece of things, Elon had talked about having maybe an RV in the future. It's not out of the question. Well, having something like a Sprinter van type vehicle would be the next step in that direction. So obviously, I've talked to many of you on here saying, Tesla needs more types of vehicles coming out in the future. Competition is going to catch up because they don't have enough products and enough different vehicles. Well, here you go. The development team is working on them. We've got the truck coming next year. We've got a Roadster coming. We know that they are working on a compact car. They've got the Robo-Taxi coming in 2024, and now a potential Robo-Van coming as well. So there you go. There is Tesla's answer to the Tesla needs more vehicles. Guess what? They are coming. Don't know when. Obviously, there's no details behind this whatsoever. But to be honest with you, if I could get a Sprinter van, I would live the van life. I would. I've talked about it before. My friends make fun of me. I'm going to be that guy who lives in a van down by the river. But honestly, I could travel all over the place. I could visit family and friends wherever I want to go. And many of you guys love the hiking videos that I do, and I love hiking. So I could take this show on the road, literally, and I could go travel around, visit all you guys, and visit some beautiful sites and record these videos from there and share all this information from crazy places. So for me, this is extremely exciting. Obviously, I'm not expecting it anytime soon. I'm not even expecting to get my Cybertruck until 2025 at the earliest. So if that's the case, then I'm probably not going to get a van until much after that. Again, lots to go through, but it's very exciting to see that the Tesla development team is back in the office, working hard to produce some new products for the future. So let me know in the comments, what products do you think that they are working on other than the Robo-Van? What do you think they're working on? Maybe something small, like an Arcimoto type vehicle, something, for those areas, maybe like in India where, they're not going to be getting into because India is fighting them on it. But, I've talked to many of you talking about vehicles that Tesla doesn't have for places like in Europe, in Indonesia. They really need to get into those markets. So maybe they're working on something like that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on it. And it's also nice to see Elon tweeting about Tesla again. We know that he has said in the past that Tesla is on his mind 24/7, so it's not like other things are going to be a distraction for him. But, there's always been this commotion about the Twitter deal going on. And we did get information about the Twitter deal, and sounds like they are really questioning all of these robo accounts that are on Twitter. So, sounds like they could be backing out of this deal. Now, Tesla stock did not react to any of this when we got the news after hours, but, if this is something that, many people, Gary Black mentions it all the time, this is really an overhang on Tesla's stock. Because Elon, granted, has said he's not going to have to sell any more of the stock to be able to purchase Twitter. If there are these issues going through and there's anybody that backs out of the deal when it comes to support, and Elon does want to still go through with it, he's going to have to pony up some cash and most likely sell more shares. So, in the transactions that are going on right now, if they can decide that, Twitter says, sure, we can drop the deal down and you can spend less to purchase us, if that is the case, that will be good for Tesla's stock. If Elon says, I'm backing out of the deal, that will also be good for Tesla stock. So this is a new development. We will follow it closely and see what happens. Because kind of at this point, I don't know what's going to go on. I thought buying Twitter wasn't going to be a bad idea. I think it's going to be good, but obviously it's weighing on Tesla stock for several reasons. So let's see how it plays out. So I'll keep you guys posted on that one. We'll follow it on Twitter just to see how it's going. But if this falls through or the price ends up getting dropped, we could see Tesla back to $800. So yesterday hitting 733 was a very good place for it to stop. And if we can push up and maybe get to 750 to close today, that would be outstanding. Again, it's Friday. We don't know what's going to happen. We've got CPI data coming out next Wednesday. So when that data comes out, we might see some red going into it. Again, we've got a lot of different pieces of information coming out. We've got the jobs report coming out today that could cause a little bit of turmoil in the stock as well. So again, Tesla's really flowing with the macro up and down. Yes, it outperformed yesterday, but it also underperformed the day before. So we're still flowing with the macro environment. Tesla, I don't think is going to be able to break out of that until we get out of this bear market that we are in. And so we also had Fed Bullard yesterday having an interview talking about how, he still feels that the Fed needs to be more hawkish to be able to bring down this inflation. So again, Bullard is one of the most hawkish Feds out there. So that was kind of expected. So the market did not really react too much to that. But again, this is something that the Fed has been doing all along, which is instead of, the actual policy moving inflation and moving the market and moving the economy, they're trying to use their words to do this ahead of time. So they're kind of, trying to come out here and say certain things to get market reactions, or at least to see how the market is going to react to any of the things that they're going to do. So now Bullard has come out and said, Fed needs to be more hawkish. And the market was like, who cares? So now we may get another Fed over the weekend come out and say something, maybe more on the dovish side of things, to see how the market reacts to that. So again, I don't know if this time around it's going to be the Fed trying to say things to intentionally move the market, or if they're just kind of testing the waters and feeling things out, saying things to see what the market's going to do and react to it. Now again, Jerome Powell and the Fed have said before that, they don't really care so much as to where the market goes. It's not their job to control the market. It's their job to keep inflation in line and employment high. So if the market moves whichever way the market's going to move, it's going to happen. But, the market does sometimes affect what the economy is going to do. So I think the Fed does have to weigh that into account. And that's probably why they're doing what they do when they say things, to see how the market's going to react. So all in all, yesterday was a pretty awesome day, getting this great news coming out of Tesla with future products that are being talked about, the stock being up 5.5%. So my crystal ball, I'm going to throw this out here, but I woke up this morning thinking 739 sounded about right. So I'm looking at it right now. We're a little bit red pre-market ahead of the jobs report. So I think the jobs report is going to come in line with expectations, and then we'll have a little bit of green at the end of the day to finish up around 1% to 739. Now, if the jobs report does not come in strong, then we could fall down and might hit 700. That's just my call for the day. We shall see what happens. But as we talked about it the other day, 700 was a very strong resistance level for Tesla. So now 700 is going to act as a very strong support. So again, following the macro environment, that's kind of what broke us over 700 yesterday. So again, if we end up going under 700, it's most likely going to be macro related. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Where do you think we're going to end today? Do you think we're going to be in the green at 750? Do you think we're going to be in the red at 700? Or something else entirely? And let me know what other products you would be looking forward to see from Tesla in the future. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate all of your support and feedback. If you have not subscribed, please do so down below. Sign yourself up for notifications. I am over on Twitter at OracleTim1. I share all of the latest Tesla news, pertinent stock market information, and all of my daily trades. We do have a Discord chat. That link is down in the description. And if you'd like to support the channel any further, I do have a Patreon. That link is also in the description. Also, tonight at around 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be doing a live stream if you guys would like to join me there. Kind of open to anything. I don't really have a topic in mind other than Tesla and the market, but feel free to ask any questions you have because I love this opportunity to be able to interact with you guys live right there. Thank you all so much. Have a great one.